whatever reason, I'm feeling very called to do a reading right now. So much so that I'm not even worried about what the background is. As you can see, the lighting is not amazing, but that's okay, because for whatever reason, this message really needs to come through to you. And if you're watching this, that's why. I've got my Celestite with me, helping us to tune into spirit and our higher self. I've got my own personal oracle card deck that I've created. And if you're wondering why I'm being so quiet, it is because my daughter is literally sleeping in the other room. But when spirit comes through and says you need to do a reading right now, then you do the reading, I guess. I don't know, this is a little new for me, not doing things structured, but clearly there was something that needed to be said, and we're gonna figure out together what it is. So just tuning into the highest possible outcome, the highest vibration, the highest timeline from spirit right now to whoever is watching this. If you're watching this, you are part of the collective that is moving through these lessons and these, trials and tribulations, and also these positive things, these uplifting things as well. So we want to get a message for you and figure out, okay, what is going on? What is it that you need to hear? Ooh, okay. Psilocybin. So this, as you can imagine, is our trippy card. So this is saying that you've been on some sort of a journey. Whether that's, as you guys know, I'm very much in the twin flame community, whether that's been a twin flame journey, whether that's been a spiritual awakening journey, whatever journey or trip that you've been on, keep in mind it's all about your perspective, okay? So what lately has your perspective been on your journey, on your trip? That's what we want to find out. Where have you been resonating lately? Okay. So lately you've been resonating as the creator. You are finally stepping into your power, realizing that you have the ability to literally move mountains. You have the ability to create whatever it is that you want to create in your life. In my twin flame group coaching last night, we were just talking about manifestation and the idea of manifestation, and how mainstream it has become. But you are not somebody who's very mainstream. You are actually somebody who has been on this path for a long time. So you might hear of the regular terms of manifesting now and things like that and think like, oh, manifesting is so overrated. But in reality, what you are doing is actual manifestation. You are creating your reality from a very conscious place, not an ego-driven place. So what do you need to know moving forward as being this conscious creator? Okay. Tune into your emotions. There's something that's going to be revealed to you very soon about what you've been going through and what you've been trying to create in your life. And the only way that you're going to be able to move through that is by truly feeling your emotions and allowing yourself to cry. Whether that's physically or metaphorically, right? Releasing those emotions. This card, Crybaby, isn't really as it seems, right? And that's the thing about oracle cards, is they're very subjective. It's a tool to bring lightness to the dark, right? Or to bring things to your awareness. So when somebody looks at this card and sees Crybaby, they're like, whoa, like what's going on? Like, I'm not a crybaby. Or, it's like we might want to take it negatively at first. But also look at this little guy. It's like a little ancient, I think about the ancient sculptures, and to me this feels kind of very like Mesoamerican. And so you think about that, you think about the ancient people and how connected they were and tuned in to their emotions, and how their emotions connected with what's going on in the planets right now. And they realized that they are connected to the whole solar system, and, following the stars and following those paths. And so, really tuning into your emotions, not even just on a personal level, but also on a collective level, and discerning what is yours and what is not yours. And so for you, something has been trying to come through for a long time, and it's maybe something you've wanted for a long time. Maybe it's been a deep dream or a deep desire. And it all has to do with you shining your light. It has to do with you actually finally being seen. This is your time to shine. For a long part of your life, you've had people trying to capture your light, right? You'd have people trying to control your light because they were uncomfortable with their own light. They were uncomfortable with themselves. And the release here is that it was never about you. People trying to control your light, it was never about you to begin with. It was about them and their fears and their insecurities. And so what you are learning now is that the more bright you shine, the more you give permission to others to shine that bright, and the more you feel so fulfilled and so happy within yourself, right? When you actually are being your authentic self, there's nothing else that can compare to that. When you actually truly love and accept yourself, you literally do not care what other people think because you are so in alignment with who you really are. So let's get one more card for you. This is basically just a confirmation message saying you're on the right path, you're doing the right things, you're moving in the right direction, and there's not really too much that you need to worry about anymore. Okay, there might have been a lot of fear and a lot of worry or a lot of doubting yourself in the past, but you're moving into a place of more self-security and more realization that you actually don't need to do that. It's not serving you, it's not doing anything for you. So just tuning in and saying like, okay, like I actually got this. I can actually trust that spirit has my back. I can trust that I know what I want. I can trust that I can bring things into fruition that I'm meant to bring into fruition, and I can let everything else go. Dry bed. This is actually literally confirming that right now. So this card, dry bed, is all about those ecosystems that we look at on this earth and we think they're non-productive, right? Like the desert. We oftentimes think the desert is non-productive, right? Nothing's growing there, nothing's going on there. But in reality, the way that the earth functions, it needs certain parts of it to be flourishing with trees, and it needs certain part of it to be lakes and streams. It needs a certain part of it to be oceans. It needs a certain part of it to be dry beds, to be desert, to be barren. That's not because something is going wrong. That's because something is very, very right. So look at the part of yourself that you keep looking at as bad or wrong or shouldn't be that way, because this is telling you that actually it's exactly what it needs to be. Okay, so even if you do have doubts, even if you do have insecurities, those are exactly what they need to be. And this is a card of just total radical self-acceptance of I'm actually perfect the way that I am. My ecosystem is actually complete. It is actually harmonious. And the only thing that causes my ecosystem to not be harmonious is my thought that it is not harmonious. It is that belief and that belief alone. When you let go of that belief that I'm not right, I'm not enough, I'm not complete as I am, everything falls back into harmony. So I hope this message found you. If it did, let me know in the comments what is going on for you. Did it find you? Did it resonate? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If you're looking for more support, you can check the links down below. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here today. Big love, Serena.